Alright, Conor McGregor might not be fighting in 2023, which I'm sure is a big disappointment to the MMA fans. I feel like last year he was supposed to fight. There was talks of him fighting in 2022, now just delayed all the way to the end of the year. Now it might happen in 2024. Now these rumors, I would say take with a grain of salt. I'm going to get into it, as well as I'm going to be talking about the last episode of The Ultimate Fighter. That's episode 3. What's up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. If you guys are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, like, comment, and share. And we're trying to hit 12K by the end of the month, 20K by the end of the year. So if you guys could just help us out, subscribe. I know a lot of you guys watch the channel and don't hit the subscribe button, so please hit the subscribe button. There's so much to talk about with this Conor McGregor situation, so without further ado, let's just get into this video. Alright, Conor McGregor is obviously now on The Ultimate Fighter with Michael Chandler. I'm going to talk a little bit about the episode in a few moments, but I want to talk about this whole USADA situation. Basically, there's kind of talk going around that by Friday, if Conor McGregor does not enter USADA, that it is now impossible for him to fight. This is because there's a 6-month waiting period. The last pay-per-view of the year is targeted for December 16th, so that's why tomorrow is the last day to enter for the USADA testing pool, because that'll be exactly 6 months from the last pay-per-view, which Conor McGregor and Michael Chandler are supposed to be fighting on. That is the rumored date. The rumored venue is T-Mobile Arena, and this is true. Conor McGregor does need to enter the USADA testing pool to the best of our knowledge by that date. Now, obviously, there's a lot of weird things going on with McGregor and USADA, which I'm going to get into. A few possibilities. One of the possibilities is that maybe Conor McGregor is in the USADA testing pool already. We've heard some good things. A couple weeks ago, we heard Dana White saying that Conor McGregor is working on all of that. We thought that there was some sort of traction and maybe even a confirmation that Conor McGregor is in the testing pool. We haven't gotten really like an official notice, so it's kind of hard to say, especially when USADA isn't exactly the type of organization to communicate with people. They hide a lot of information, so it's hard to tell who's in the USADA testing pool and who's not. But Conor has not been tested at all this year. Now, as you guys know, USADA is the drug testing agency the UFC uses to test their athletes, and Conor McGregor left the USADA testing pool after he broke his leg. A lot of people think this is because he wants to heal his leg a little bit faster and use some steroids for that. Now, that's not confirmed, so that just might not be true, but I do believe this. I do think that this is why, and I have no problem with that. Honestly, if it's to help your broken bone, I have no problem. I think that Conor McGregor should do that, as well as anybody that has a severe injury like that. At the end of the day, we just want to see them compete. As long as they're not like actively using steroids during them fighting, I'm fine with it. And obviously, there's some exceptions. Like if you're just gonna get out of the testing pool just to get steroids and come back in, obviously that's wrong. But for this situation, I don't think it's wrong at all. But like I said, there's a possibility where he is already in USADA. However, there's another possibility that he might not have to wait these 6 months. Now, USADA did come out and say, hey, Conor McGregor has to wait these 6 months. And it is rare that they come out with a statement, so you kind of have to take them serious. But if you guys remember, there was a lot of talk of if you have an injury or some sort of sickness or whatever, that you need some sort of banned substance from USADA. Apparently, all you need to do to get back in the USADA pool is 2 positive tests and you're allowed to fight. Now, there's been a lot of dispute about this. Like I said, USADA themselves came out and said, hey, Conor McGregor does need to wait the 6 months. He needs to do this ASAP. Conor McGregor also kind of tweeted at USADA a little bit before, and people are saying that this fight with Michael Chandler might not even happen, that Conor might have a new opponent. Some people are pointing out Oliveira tweeting, he did tweet a little thinking emoji to a rumor where the UFC was going to replace Michael Chandler and give Conor a new opponent because of this whole USADA situation. Now, is there any truth to this? Let's get into this. First of all, I have faith that this fight is going to happen in December. Look, Conor McGregor is the UFC's biggest superstar. I guarantee you they're going to be on this guy like nothing to try to get this paperwork done, and they want him to return at the end of the year. Now, there's 2 possibilities. Either 1, Conor's not listening, or 2, for some reason, Conor can't join. Maybe Conor has taken a banned substance recently. There could be another reason for this. I'm not really sure, but I don't think that they're going to switch opponents. Look, even if this fight gets delayed, I think Michael Chandler's willing to wait. And as far as Oliveira tweeting out, responding to this rumor, look, Oliveira, of course, wants to fight Conor McGregor. He's been wanting to fight Conor McGregor, even when he was a champion. So, look, I think he's just kind of teasing at it, saying, hey, he would be down to fight Conor McGregor if this is true. However, that's most likely not going to happen. We're most likely going to see Charles Oliveira versus Islam Makhachev. And maybe if both guys win their fights, or if maybe even Charles Oliveira loses, we could see Oliveira versus McGregor next. And as far as the December date, I honestly think that we're going to see Conor McGregor fight in December. Conor does seem pretty motivated. We've seen him train a lot on The Ultimate Fighter. Like, I think one of the reasons Conor McGregor doesn't really show up to those weigh-ins in The Ultimate Fighter is because I think that's when he trains. He does train in the morning. He claims that he trains at least 3 times a day, or sometimes 3 times a day. I mean, at least 2 times a day. I think Conor McGregor really does want to return. I believe that there has to be some sort of paperwork behind the scenes keeping Conor McGregor from being in the octagon. I don't know, this whole thing is strange, and I just wish we had some sort of communication as to why this is going on, even just a reason. But Conor's being quiet, Dana's being quiet, and we have a fight in December, and the time is ticking. Like, according to the USADA rules, he has to be in the USADA pool by tomorrow, which Conor McGregor could do. That could be a scenario where he joins the USADA testing pool last minute, and he just fights that day, which I find very unlikely. I think at this point, we're not going to find an announcement in a couple days saying, hey, Conor McGregor join the USADA testing pool. I think he's either in it or not. So I think if he's not in it by now, I doubt we're going to see him fight in December, unless there's some sort of loophole, which, like I said, I want to hear USADA kind of talk about this. If USADA could just come out and just clear out all this confusion, I think it would help a lot of people. But I am excited for the Michael Chandler fight. I think it's a fun matchup, and I honestly think that Conor McGregor will win this fight. Although a lot of you guys kind of disagree with me in the comment section, Conor McGregor's ideal style is a guy like Michael Chandler. He's a guy that just throws, goes forward with reckless abandonment, leaves himself open. I think he's gotten dropped by like every single fighter he's fought in the UFC except for Dan Hooker. Even Tony Ferguson dropped him. And I think Conor is just one of the more precise counter strikers. I think a lot of it depends on how the leg is going to heal up. I honestly think that the Conor McGregor that fought Dustin in the second fight would have beat Michael Chandler now. I just think stylistically this is a great matchup for him. And I think it's a good win because look, Michael Chandler isn't some schlub off the street. Like, he did almost win against Dustin Poirier, had a lot of great moments against him. And Michael Chandler arguably did better against Dustin Poirier than Conor did. Obviously that's excluding the first fight, but you guys know what I mean. It is an argument to be made. I don't think those performances are so far apart. Both guys hurt Poirier in their fights, and to be fair, Michael Chandler lasted longer than Conor McGregor. But The Ultimate Fighter did air last night, and before I end the video, I just want to give a little bit of my thoughts for you guys that missed it. Conor McGregor once again loses. His team on The Ultimate Fighter, the prospects, are now 0-3, and Conor McGregor's got to change something up. I don't think this is a testament to Conor McGregor's coaching at all. I think at the end of the day, Michael Chandler does have a pretty big advantage with those veterans. I don't know why Conor just chose the prospect, but the veterans have tons of experience. You saw Michael Chandler on Twitter point out that Aaron McKenzie, Conor McGregor's prospect, is actually older than Austin Hubbard, the quote-unquote veteran, which is an insane fact to me. But to be fair, I think veteran is referring to, you know, them being in the UFC. Well, obviously Aaron McKenzie wasn't in the UFC, and there was a back and forth between Michael Chandler and Aaron McKenzie on Twitter. It was a weird interaction. As far as the fight went, Austin Hubbard absolutely dominated the fight. Another loss for Conor McGregor. And I will remind you guys, you know, to be fair, the last season that Conor McGregor did coach, he went 0-4 and then came back and won 4 straight, and then at the end of the season, I think it was like 4-4. So the story is not yet over, and honestly, not a lot happened this episode. I think it was definitely the worst episode of the season so far. That's why I wasn't really into making a whole video about it. I figured I would just wait till next week. But guys, that's everything going on with Conor McGregor. Do you guys think he's going to fight in December? I think so. I have some hope. I think that Conor McGregor most likely is going to wind up kind of scamming the system, not doing those 6 months. I don't know what's going on. I feel like with the USADA and McGregor situation, there's a lot of egos involved. I think USADA is saying, hey, you have to follow our rules, and Conor McGregor is kind of insulted, saying, hey, I don't gotta follow those rules. That's what it seems like to me, and I think that's what the delay is. I don't know. Or Conor is taking a banned substance. A lot of people are accusing him of using cocaine. Obviously, that's a banned substance. So could he be taking cocaine or something like that? I don't know what's going on. There's honestly, well, all we could do is just assume, because nobody is talking to us. Conor McGregor hasn't come out. Dana White hasn't come out. USADA hasn't come out. And I know Dana White, every time he's asked a USADA question, he's like, ask Jeff Nowitzki. But it's like, dude, nobody's giving us answers. USADA's not giving us answers. We need answers as fans. Will this fight happen? I don't know. I think so. I think it'll wind up happening. I just think most likely Conor McGregor is going to wind up cheating the system. But guys, that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and I will respond to you guys. Thank you guys if you guys watched the whole video and click one of the videos on the screen. Thank you guys for watching. Please hit the subscribe button, like, comment, and share. Like I said, we're trying to hit 12K by the end of the month, so please chip in. Thank you guys for watching. You guys are the best fan base in MMA, and I'll see you guys in the next one.